Convert given percentage to decimal fractions and also to fraction in simplest form. So your question is 25%. You write it in the fraction form 25 upon 100 and then you convert it into decimal form, which gives us 0.25. So 0.25 is the decimal form of 25%. Now 25% can be written in fraction form as 25 upon 100. On reducing it to the simplest form, we get 1 upon 4, which is the simplest fraction form of 25%. For 150%, we write it in fraction form as 150 upon 100 and then we convert it into decimal form as 1.5. And simplest fraction form, we'll write 150% as 150 upon 100 and reduce it to a simplest fraction form to get 3 upon 2. 20% can be written as 20 upon 100 and the decimal form will be 0.2. Fraction, simplest fraction form 20 upon 100 reduced will get 1 upon 5. 5% written is in fraction form 5 upon 100. Decimal form will be 0.05 and simplest fraction form will be 5 upon 100 reduced to 120, 1 upon 20. So if we have to express in percentage 250 kgs out of 1000 kgs, we'll simply write let x% of 1000 kgs be 250 kgs. So on solving this, x% of 1000 kgs means x upon 100, of means multiplication, into 1000 kgs is equal to 250 kgs. Once you solve it, you get the value of x as 25. So you'll write 25% of 1000 kgs is 250 kgs. Then if asked what percentage is 600 grams of 1000 grams, so we'll say let x% of 1000 grams be 600 grams. So x% of 1000 is equal to 600. We solve it and we get 60 as the answer. So we'll say 60% of 1000 grams is 600 grams. If asked 25 marks out of 100 marks is what percent? So we'll say let x% of 100 marks be 25 marks. So x% of 100 is equal to 25. When we solve it, we get x is equal to 25. So we'll say 25% of 100 marks is 25 marks. Further, express in percentage 500 grams out of 1000 grams. So we'll simply say let x% of 1000 grams be 500 grams. Once we solve it, we find out that the value of x that we get is 50%. So we'll write 50% of 1000 grams is 500 grams. Our question says out of 15,000 voters in a constituency, 60% voted. Find the percentage of voters who did not vote. How many actually did vote? So if out of 100%, 60% voters voted, that means percentage of voters who did not vote will be 100% minus 60. That gives us 40%. Okay. Now number of voters who did not vote is equal to what? 40% out of the total of 15,000. So 40% of 15,000 once solved, we get the figure as 6,000. So answer is 6,000 voters did not vote. The next question says Meeta saves 4,000 from her salary. If this is 10% of her salary, what is her salary? So we know let her salary be x, we'll say. So we know that 10% of x is equal to 4,000 rupees. Alright. So once we solve this, we come to know that x is equal to 40,000 rupees. And that's her salary. The question says a local cricket team played 20 matches in one season. It won 25% of them. How many matches did they win? So now total matches played were 20 and percentage of matches won were 25%. So matches 1 is 25% of the total played, that is 20. So 25% of 20 comes to 5. So the cricket team won 5 matches. Converting fractions into percentage. So we have a fraction 3 upon 4. We just multiply it with 100 and put the percentage sign outside. Once we solve it, we get our percentage conversion. So 1 upon 4. First you transfer this mixed fraction into improper fraction, and then you write multiply it by 100 and write the percentage sign outside. Once you solve it, you get your percentage. Same goes for 10 upon 13. Multiply it with 100 and put the percentage sign outside. Once you solve it, you get your percentage. 6 upon 1. Multiply it by 100 and put the percentage sign, and you get your percentage for a particular fraction. Now, if they have asked us to express in percentage, say 5 eggs out of 30 eggs, what is the percentage? Then how do we proceed? We'll say let the percentage of x be x. So x percent of 30 is equal to 5, right? 5 eggs out of 30. We need to find out percentage of 5 eggs in context to 30. So we'll say that x percent of 30 gives you 5. So when you solve it, x percent means x upon 100, of means multiplication, into 30. When you solve it, you get x is equal to 16.6%. And you say 5 eggs out of 30 eggs is nothing but 16.6% of 30 eggs. Then you have the next question as 60 kgs out of 150 kgs. So 60 kgs is what percentage of 150 kgs? So we'll say let the percentage of kgs be x. So x percent of 150 is equal to 60. So when we solve it, x upon 100 into 150, we get our value of x as 40. So we say 60 kg out of 150 kg is 40% of 150 kg. Now we have to find the whole quantity. So the question says 70% of it, of whatever, is 14 minutes. So we'll say let the it be x. So we know, just plain simple conversion, 70% of x is equal to 14. So x is equal to 14 into 100 upon 70, which gives us 20. So 70% of 20 minutes is 14 minutes. Next we have 8% of what is 40 liters. So we'll say let the it be x. So 8% of x is equal to 40 liters. So 8 upon 100 into x is equal to 40. So x is equal to 40 into 100 upon 8. Once you solve it, you get the answer as 8% of 500 liters is 40 liters. Now the question says, in a city 30% are female, 40% are male. Remaining are children. What percentage are children? So 30% are female, 40% are male. That is 100% minus 30 minus 40 gives us 100% minus 70%, which is 30% are children. They say total number of girls in a class is 20 and the number of girls having long hair is 6. And they've asked us to find out the percentage of girls having long hair. So we'll say let the percentage of girls having long hair be x. So we know x percent of 20 is equal to 6. When we solve it, we get that x is equal to 30. So we say 30% of the girls have long hair.